Hello, love. How are you? I hope you had a great weekend. So it's Monday, makeup free Monday, and we're here ready to take another mindful moment together. So today's mindful moment is all about playing with the opposition between hindsight and foresight. Now you're probably thinking, what? Why is she talking about hindsight and foresight? And actually, I hadn't planned to talk about this today, but this is a download that I had at the end of last week when I was talking to a friend, and it just dropped in, and I wrote it down here. And I said, I have to share this with you. I know that you need to hear this. I know that some of you will relate to this, and I certainly have experienced this on my journey, on this thing that we call life, this journey to expansive and embodied self-love, to fulfilling and expressing our highest purpose and connecting and coming home to our God self. So something I've seen, a little misconception that pops up quite regularly and has done for me as well is, and I'm not going to say mistake because there really are no mistakes when we can take the lesson from these experiences, but a misconception that I've seen popping up quite a few times is this concept that once we wake up, it's a one-time deal. We're awake, we're conscious, we are able to manifest with ease, we're able to create the life of our dreams with ease, and you just need to wake up, and then if it's not going right, then you're doing something wrong. And that is just another belief, another loop to get us trapped back into that self-blame cycle. Because really there is no right or wrong, there is neutral, and there is our interpretation of the circumstances and the meaning that we attach. And there is also the fact that we have to consciously choose to live that life of awareness each and every day. And sometimes we'll feel more aware, and it will feel really easy and really smooth, and we just are living from that place of higher self and love. And sometimes it'll be really, really hard, and it'll feel really resistant, and we can't even get that momentum going, and every choice feels like a strain and a struggle. And the mistake or the misconception that I've seen, is this difference between living a life of hindsight and living a life of foresight. And if you imagine unconscious creation being hindsight and conscious creation being foresight. And the reason that this misconception happens, oh, I'm awake, everything should be going well for me, is because people don't realize that there are actually 3 stages of consciousness on your journey to becoming a conscious creator of your reality. There's not just unconscious creation and conscious creation. There is unconscious creation, where we are creating our reality from our wounds and then wondering where it's all going wrong. Then in the middle, there is conscious being. Now that's the stage that most of the women who I work with are at, and most of you might be at, which is, okay, I've woken up, I can see my ego and I can see my higher self, and I'm having to constantly choose which one I'm going to respond or react from. That is the step in between unconscious creation and conscious creation. And when we're at that step in between, we're still focusing on hindsight. So we're still perpetuating the myth that life is happening to us and that we don't have much control over external circumstances. And then we're waiting for things to happen to us. So we're waiting for things to show up in our lives, waiting for the right person, waiting for the right time to start a business, waiting for the right person to come and bring wealth and abundance into our lives, waiting. And then when things don't go right, we spend a lot of our time analysing what's happened and really focusing on the evidence. So really looking at what happened, what went down, and how it went wrong. And really focusing on building up an evidence bank that you are not doing things right. And so then using that as a way to self-punish. I really want to invite you now to wonder and think, am I still focusing on hindsight? Am I spending all of my time looking at where things went wrong, looking at the evidence, and really still thinking of things in terms of good or bad? So that was a good relationship, or that was a bad relationship, or that was a good job, that was a bad job. And really trying to open your mind up to the fact that there is no good or bad. In fact, everything is of the highest good. Yeah, consciousness, the universal consciousness is just good. And so when things happen that we don't expect or that we don't feel aligned with, it's not necessarily that you've done something wrong or that something bad has happened or that it was a bad relationship. It's that you're receiving a lesson so that you can realign. Now, if we shift into conscious creation mode, we are really playing in the realm of foresight. Foresight is where, as the name suggests, we are looking forward. So we understand that we create our own realities. We understand that life is happening for us, not to us, and that we have the ability to change the direction of the events that we experience through our intention and through our attention or focus, our energy. Okay, so conscious creation and living within the realm of foresight is knowing exactly what you want to create and then aligning your vibration and your beliefs with that. Rather than focusing on the evidence of what's gone wrong, we focus on our beliefs, constantly using our situation and our circumstance to check in with our beliefs and make sure that we are aligned with them and to make sure that they are reflective of the reality that we want to create. So in this stage, we accept that nothing is good nor bad. Everything is everything is for our benefit, because you are either enjoying your desire. So you're either enjoying the thing that you manifested, perhaps a new relationship or maybe a new job or a move, or you are learning the lessons from the fact that your desire has not manifested yet or manifested in a way that you did not consciously plan for. So that is also of the highest good. That is such a benefit to be able to say, okay, I've received this feedback from the universe. Let me go and realign my beliefs and my vibration so that things start to shift. And so really living within that world of foresight is more of an Eastern philosophy, and living within the world of hindsight is more of a Western philosophy. So in the West, we're very much let things become a problem and then try and cure them or fix them. Whereas traditionally in Eastern philosophy, it's very much more preemptive. So really looking at how we're creating what happens today, how it creates what happens tomorrow. And so really aligning ourselves with that kind of foresight, that conscious creation, and not choosing to align ourselves with what isn't. So not looking at the evidence and saying, okay, that hasn't shown up yet, or that showed up in a quote unquote bad way, so that's evidence that I can't manifest what I desire. And really looking at the beliefs and our vibration instead. And so the first step to that is affirming that I am the creator. It's recognizing our limitless creative potential. It's recognizing and affirming that part of you that is source, that is that limitless conscious creative energy that exists in everything in the universe. And really recognizing that that is who you are at your core, that is what you are, and affirming that with I am the creator. And that really is the first step. So if you found this interesting, if you love diving into this, playing between hindsight and foresight, and maybe you've even recognized some times in your life where you've been too focused on hindsight and on the evidence and what happened rather than what you're actually wanting to create in your desires, then, as you know, my new one-to-one program, Conscious Creator, very aptly named, opens in just 2 days, and I am honestly so beyond thrilled and excited and lit up to be bringing this to you. This is the program that I wish that I had had on my journey. I look around and I cannot see this program anywhere. It's so soul nourishing, it's so all encompassing, it's embodied, and it's truly expansive. And it's like a cocoon for your soul to be able to go on a pilgrimage to the highest expression of itself in a safe and non-judgmental space. And I cannot wait to hold space for the women who enter this container. I already have 2, looking like possibly 3 women in there. So I will meet you back here on Wednesday at 11 a.m. UK time for a live where I will tell you all about it, and I cannot wait to speak to you then. Sending you so much love, and I hope you enjoyed today's mindful moment.